This video is on question 46 from the 2012 IMAT paper. In this question we're asked which row of the table correctly identifies the blood vessel that has a low concentration of CO2 and a vessel that has a low concentration of urea. So as we can see, the options for this question involve four different blood vessels: the renal vein, the pulmonary vein, the renal artery and the pulmonary artery. So first let's make sure we actually know what each of those are before we can answer this question. So I've drawn a diagram here showing the blood vessels between the lungs and the heart and the kidneys. And so now let's label on which vessel is which. So starting with this vessel here, which takes blood from the lungs to the heart, what is this? This is the pulmonary vein, and it carries oxygenated blood from the lungs to the heart. And so the blood in the pulmonary vein has a high oxygen content and a low CO2 concentration, as the CO2 is removed in the lungs. Next, what is this blood vessel which carries blood away from the heart towards the lungs? This is the pulmonary artery, and this carries deoxygenated blood back from the heart to the lungs. Next, what is this vessel here which carries blood from the heart to the kidneys? This is the renal artery. And so the renal artery supplies the kidneys with oxygenated blood from the heart via the aorta. And this blood in the renal artery has a high urea content, as it has not yet been filtered by the kidneys. Finally, we have the renal vein, which carries blood from the kidneys back to the heart. Now, what do you think the urea content of the blood in the renal vein might be if this blood has just passed through the kidneys? The urea content will be low in the renal vein, as the kidneys have just filtered out the urea from the blood. So now let's have a look at our table. So, which of these vessels has a low CO2 concentration? Well, that'll be the pulmonary vein. That is the blood vessel carrying oxygenated blood from the lungs to the heart, and this blood has had the carbon dioxide previously removed from it in the lungs. So we're now looking at rows 2 and 4. Next, which vessel has a low urea concentration? The renal vein. As we said, that is the blood vessel carrying blood from the kidneys back to the heart, and so this blood has passed through the kidneys and had the urea filtered out of it, and therefore has a low urea concentration. And so we can see that row 2 is correct, which corresponds to answer B.